As an introduction to this podcast, I want to take a moment and discuss the real reason as to why I've decided to start this project. Since the age of the Enlightenment in France in the 18th century, people have been less and less afraid to question the faith of their parents and have been more and more skeptical of the religious leaders preaching from the churches, mosques, and synagogues. In the 300 years since this devival, the world society has become more and more connected through technology and communications. Nowadays, it's not uncommon to see a large collection of Eastern religions in a very Western part of the world, or the like. This has given way to plenty of great conversations about the interchange of ideas, but has also planted the seeds of a lot of peculiar splinter groups and cults. We now have groups of religions that barely resemble their parent religion, or loud voices who claim to represent a worldview that do not represent the worldview in an accurate or historical or theological way at all. How can we tell how far a revolutionary religious thought has gone before it no longer can be accepted as the religion at all? Can a Christian be considered a Christian if they deny the Trinity? Can a Muslim be a Muslim if he does not pray 5 times a day? Can a Jew be considered a Jew if he believes in the messiahship of Jesus? How blurry does the line need to be before there is no line at all? Another situation we have started to see due to the age of the Enlightenment is the new ease it is to shake off religion altogether. Many people who would be otherwise religious, after discovering a possibility and freedom of having no religion at all, have shaken off all responsibility of belief in exchange for a title of a free thinker, although the question arises as to how free of a thinker one can be by refusing to believe in anything at all. Atheism is a perfectly fair stance to take, so long as it is thought out and not built on Facebook memes and gotcha quotes. And the same could be said for the religious. Because it is now so easy to think for oneself, it is becoming very apparent that many people, when approaching religion, may not know how to think for oneself at all. Now we can see in our society a mix of apathy towards religion, overzealousness for odd religion, heterodoxy, and the religious rebellion against orthodoxy. How can we navigate through this maze of belief, non-belief, and anti-belief? I hope we can find out. I've designed this podcast to focus on interactions with the religious adherents from different points of view and to get a grand view of the worldview and the spectrum of belief which lies within each one. There must be some line in between I believe in everything and I believe in nothing that doesn't end in I believe in what I believe in because it's what I believe in because it's what I want to believe in. Therefore, in my interviews, I try to be genuinely curious and politically correct, but not giving any person the benefit of the doubt, trying to understand while also pushing back on what I don't. Of course, many of the podcasts will be my own exposition of religion and worldviews. No one can expel their own confirmation bias completely, but I will try to do my best. I mix my personal interactions along with the scholarly history and criticisms of which I will address. I don't push any particular religion, but I would like the audience to know that I do hold certain religious truths. Religious thought is important, even to those who claim no religious adherence. Like it or not, the majority of society has been developed by the religious due to their own religiosity. The secular culture of Japan is still heavily influenced by the Shinto roots. Arabia continues to be heavily influenced by Muslim Arabic culture, and of course all of Western society owes its development to Catholicism, Romanism, and then to Protestantism. Someone might be upset that I separated Catholicism and Romanism. All this to say, even if you were an atheist or agnostic, there is still at least some valuable lessons to be learned in the history and mythology of religion. I do hope that these recordings will be of some use to anyone searching for religious truth or even just wanting to learn about religious history and philosophy. It's going to be a fun journey exploring the religious roots of civilization and how religions impacted and continue to impact it to today. Your feedback would be appreciated. Please send your comments and questions to religioncollision@gmail.com so that I may make better recordings in the future. I do have a website, which is religioncollision.org, and it is still under construction, so please mind the mess that it is right now. The audio of this podcast is on YouTube, and hopefully I can someday be able to add some visuals to help with the ease of understanding. If you find these recordings to be beneficial to you, I would appreciate your support on Patreon as well.